Today is February 20th, Top Thrill Tuesday. And Tony Clark of Cedar Point just went live on TikTok for like probably 6 hours or something like that. The thing lasted forever.
It wasn't that long.
But we watched the entire thing, and we're going to go over all the updates in case you missed any of it. Before we get into all this great information that we found out today, we got a couple favors to ask for you. First, we want you to go and give this video a thumbs up. Helps us out a ton. If you're new to this channel, please go down and subscribe. Or if you want to go one step above subscribing, go down into the description. There's a link to a channel membership page, and you can be like one of these fine people right here. They join our channel membership page, and they get things like exclusive videos, exclusive pictures, shout outs like you just saw.
Yeah.
All sorts of great content, and it helps us out a ton. So we appreciate all our members and all our subscribers. So now that we got that out of the way, we're going to get straight into all the information. There's a couple big things that really got confirmed in this live update. So for starters, they kind of took you on a tour around the construction site.
Yeah. They were just basically in the station and then walked around a tiny bit outside the station, like in the queue, and just showed the spike and just showed, they went on the launch track a little bit and showed that. So it really got just like an in-depth look at all this stuff.
Yeah, it was really cool. They went up into the second story dispatch booth and just showed and explained some of the things about
showed the control panels and like the view from up there of the whole station and all that, and showed where the exit's going to be and stuff like that.
Yeah, so bringing up the exit, that's one thing that they talked about. They said that this will be kind of like what the old Top Thrill Dragster was, where you unload from a different spot than where you load from, except instead of unloading like way out of the station, you're going to basically park right behind the train that's loading, and you're going to unload.
Yeah, and so then it's going to be a slightly different spot. It's not going to be that one turnaround. It's going to be like a little bit closer to the station, pretty much the same.
Yeah, so you're going to unload in a different spot. So that means no bins, because anytime that you have a different, because we saw, and that's another thing we're going to try to do in this video, we saw a lot of the questions being asked, and they didn't get to like 99% of the questions, including none of my questions.
I asked Tony what his favorite color was, and he answered me, and he said orange. So that is very important to know.
Yeah, that's a weird color to be your favorite color. I don't know about that. But so back to the no bins thing. A lot of people were asking, will there be bins? Will there be bins? So anytime that you have a roller coaster that you exit in a separate spot.
Take like Millennium Force, for example, still at Cedar Point. You enter and exit in a different spot, so you can't have bins because, well, you don't go back to where you were before, so you can't get your stuff in the bins. So no bins on Top Thrill 2, just like the original Top Thrill Dragster.
And one thing that someone asked, they asked about lockers, and I'm pretty sure the people were asking about like in-queue lockers, kind of like what Steel Vengeance has. But Tony answered and said, yes, there will be lockers.
Which almost every roller coaster in general has lockers just outside that you can put your stuff in. But whenever you have stuff like Velocicoaster or Steel Vengeance, when you're required, and when like the lockers are in the queue, I don't know if you meant, there'll be lockers like what those coasters are like, where it's in, or if it's outside. That's
when a coaster's loose article policy is just completely, you're not allowed to have anything on the ride. And he did go on to say that they haven't announced their loose article policy yet.
Yeah, so
we're not sure if this means that if Tony understood, and I don't know what the guy was asking, or woman, whoever the person was asking the question. I don't know what they actually meant by lockers. I'm just assuming they meant in-queue lockers. But I'm not sure that Tony understood, because he was kind of like, yeah, there'll be lockers, but he might have meant just like lockers outside the queue.
So who knows? There's going to be lockers somewhere. Obviously, there'll be some outside, but will there be a loose article policy like what Steel Vengeance and some other coasters have?
Yeah, so that's all up in the air. And what he kept saying about a lot of questions is, we'll be able to say in a couple weeks. And he kept referring to a couple weeks. So that means that what do you got? Winter Chill Out coming this Saturday.
I kind of took, I don't know if I'm right at all, but every time he said in a couple weeks, I just took it as Winter Chill Out. Like he'll announce it at Winter Chill Out, but he didn't want to fully say for whatever reason.
In a few days.
Tony doesn't say anything really. He makes everything a secret. So I just took that as we're going to announce it at Winter Chill Out, but he was trying not to say that directly. I don't know.
Because Winter Chill Out is only like 5 days away now or whatever.
Yeah.
So, if he said like, oh, it's in a few, announcement in a few days, then it would have been obvious like, oh, duh, it's going to happen at Winter Chill Out. But yeah, a lot of these announcements may be coming, including what's going to go on for Passholder Preview Day. And one thing he kept saying, I'm not sure if I was like reading too much into it, but he kept saying, oh, pass holders get to come early or whatever. He never specified, because we always thought that because now everyone's a pass holder. See, back the last time they had a pass holder preview day was 2018 with Steel Vengeance. And the only passes they had were platinum passes and then like these regular passes that didn't really get you into anything.
Passes, yeah.
And they didn't get you into like any sort of pass holder preview day or anything like that. It was only platinum passes. But now with gold passes, everybody has a gold pass.
Half the people, no more. Like everybody that goes to Cedar Point now has a gold pass.
So that would mean they're all eligible to come to Passholder Preview
Which
Day.
makes Passholder Preview Day just like a regular day, which completely defeats the purpose of a Passholder Preview Day.
So we kept thinking that they were going to limit it somehow.
We were hoping that they would limit it somehow. I don't know what
I was honestly thinking. I was hoping, but honestly thinking that they would limit it.
Definitely a possibility, and we don't know.
But the way that he was wording things, like I said, I don't know if I'm reading too much into it. But he like kept just saying like, it's for pass holders, because people kept asking about Passholder Preview Day, and he kept saying, it's just for whenever if you have a pass, you get to come and ride it early. And another thing, a lot of people are bringing up were the keychains.
Yeah, when are the keychains? And guess what? He did not announce anything about the keychains as expected. He said more information at a later date, which again
in a couple weeks.
Which again, I took that as more information at Winter Chill Out.
Yeah, probably, because I have a theory that at Winter Chill Out, they're going to be giving out more of those keychains. I can't say for sure, obviously, but I just have a theory that they're going to be giving out more keychains at Winter Chill Out and then announce what they're for. But we'll find out Saturday. And make sure you subscribe, because we're not going to Winter Chill Out.
I'm going to be not even here. I'm going to be on a trip, so.
Yeah, he's going to be in Nolans. And I'm going to be here all by my lonesome, but I have a correspondent that's going to be at Winter Chill Out, and she's going to be filming video and relaying all the information as it happens.
So you're going to get a video out immediately.
Yeah, so subscribe if you want to know all the Winter Chill Out information. Subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to have it out before anyone else.
Yeah, because everyone else would still be at Winter Chill Out, and you're going to be right here.
And I'm going to be right here, not at Winter Chill Out.
Before they even get back from Winter Chill Out.
As my correspondent feeds me information, I will be feeding it to you guys.
So, we will be first on it.
First on the scene, as usual, probably like this video. This video is going to be first on the scene, I'm sure. Getting back to everything, one big thing that they did, like, they didn't come out and say it, but as they were walking around and giving a little tour, they basically confirmed something that I found out last year. Carrie Boardman, I think.
Boardman.
She's the president of Cedar Point. I talked to her assistant right outside the VIP lounge last year and was able to ask her if the Top Thrill 2 Fast Lane will indeed go straight up to the station or merge like so many other coasters do. And she did say it will go straight up to the station.
Which it will. It will. That's something that we know for sure.
It was confirmed while they were showing. They're like, here. They were up in the station and they were like, they had the camera and they were like, okay, and here's we're in the fast lane right now. Mm-hmm. And then the regular line is over there.
Which is the same as the original Top Thrill Dragster, so it just completely makes sense that they're keeping it, because they already have, like, that's what they did before.
It makes sense, but everyone's paranoid because of the fact that Millennium and Steel Vengeance, and people that don't know, people that didn't ride Steel Vengeance like early on, Steel Vengeance originally had a fast lane that went straight up into the station.
Yeah, and it was great, but now when they added the lockers, they had to get rid of that fast lane, so now there's no more fast lane. But it originally had a fast lane that went up straight to the station.
Yeah, so Cedar Point really does try to build their coasters where the fast lanes go straight to the station.
They just can't always.
They don't always
do that.
succeed at it. Sometimes they fail.
Sometimes it's hard, but they're going to have a fast lane that goes straight up to the station, which is great news for everyone who has a fast lane.
And we did a video all about this in the past, but I'll reiterate the fact that because a lot of people were asking in the comment section or in the questions of the live TikTok, they were asking, will fast lanes only give you one ride per visit? And Cedar Point has confirmed that if you buy a day fast lane at Cedar Point, then yeah, you get one time at Cedar Point or for Top Thrill 2. Not sure how they're going to do that yet. We have our theories that they might add some scanners because it was a whole thing. You can go back a few videos ago.
Yeah, I got a whole video about the whole fast lane changes to Cedar Fair parks.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you do, if you buy a single day fast lane at Cedar Point, you get one Top Thrill 2 ride per visit.
And that's it.
Or if you have season-long fast lane like we do, that's when you get unlimited rides on Top Thrill 2. So now that we got that out of the way, anything else they were kind of, a lot of people were asking questions, and I get not everybody is up to date on everything. But some of the questions were a little iffy, how tall is the ride and stuff like that.
Like 80% of the questions were just stuff that everyone knew for years, for a while. Like, how fast is it? How tall is it? Is it faster than the original Top Thrill Dragster? I think he said the opening date of Cedar Point probably about 25 times during that.
Yeah.
Because there were many questions asking, when is Cedar Point opening? So he asked that a lot. Will Top Thrill 2 be open on opening day?
Yeah.
Yes, it will.
Yes, it's going to be. Yeah, it's going to be open because it's going to be open early for a Passholder preview day that goes from April, I think, 30th through May 2nd or something like that. I can't remember the exact dates, but they weren't able to give any information about that. People were asking about the station music. Tony said, I can't answer that, but on Instagram, Republica, the band that does the station music, Get Ready to Go, the song that Cedar Point used, they did pretty much already confirm that they're going to be using that music again for Top Thrill 2. So Tony didn't actually say, but it's been confirmed by the band.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so get ready to hear Baby Get Ready to Go.
Baby, I'm ready to go.
Baby Ready to Go on the platform for Top Thrill 2. Any other information that stood out to you?
Not really, no.
It was a lot of, well, we can't answer that now. People asking about the lighting package.
We're going to get a lot of information in a couple weeks, whether that's Winter Chill Out, whether that's not Winter Chill Out, whether some of it is, some of it isn't, I don't know. But in a couple weeks, we're going to get a lot of information, more about the theming, lighting packages, all that stuff. So that's kind of something that stood out. A lot of questions that we still have with Top Thrill 2 will be answered in very soon.
One thing people were asking about capacity, and Tony said that they don't release the numbers of capacity for rides anymore.
Which sucks because it's very interesting to look at.
But what they did say is that once the first train leaves the station, launches, and then launches forward, launches back, and then once it clears the top hat, then they can move a train out into the launch area. And it doesn't, the first train that went out doesn't have to clear that block zone, because if it launches, goes forward, launches, goes back, and if that train has not left that block zone yet, then the third launch will just stop and it won't initiate, and then you'll get stopped. So there is that way and that's rarely ever going to happen. So usually when they start launching you're just going to go right through. And so trains are going to pump out quickly. Fast. So I think capacity for this ride is going to end up being pretty good.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good because, like you said, the trains can move very well together. So yeah, trains will just go out very fast. And yeah, I think capacity of this ride is going to be pretty good, which is very important for a park like Cedar Point because they get very busy.
It'll probably hit like 1,000 people an hour range or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, which is decent. Not the greatest, but
Obviously,
pretty decent.
it's still going to have long lines. Expect hour-long lines often, but still, it's still going to be good capacity and hopefully a lot better than it was before.
Yeah,
Not like what it was before was terrible, but still.
Opening year, probably 2 hour long lines.
Opening day.
Well, opening day, but opening year.
The whole year, yeah.
Opening year itself will probably be pushing 2 hours most of the time.
Maybe.
But yeah, I can't think of anything else that really stood out to me. But just wanted to get this video out and get this information out in case you did not get to watch any of the TikTok live, or in case you only got to watch like a little snippet of it or whatever. So yeah, if you liked this video, go down, like we said, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to this channel because we're going to keep pumping out all this information as soon as it happens.
Yeah, we got news for parks everywhere, and we're always very early on all the videos, so definitely go down and subscribe.
We try to stay on top of it. So thank you for joining us in this video. We'll see you guys next time right here on Beach Cliff Studios. See ya.